Hey folks, how you doing today? It is Clay the author here with another Drive from Work video. Today's video topic is embarrassment. Yeah, so I have been reading Altered Carbon, and then the next one, can't remember what it is, something Angels or other. Okay, and I'm just gonna come out and say it. I am kin with Takeshi Kovacs, whatever. It's Ukrainian or something, I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. Listening to this character's internal dialogue is one of the funniest things. So in the second book, there is a line where, you know, he's this envoy and he's this totally awesome super soldier, and this handler guy, you know, is assuming that his character would want to lead this crack military team that they're assembling for this book. And, you know, this Takeshi's line in it is, you know, you fucking crazy? Do you know me? I would never want to lead that. And it just hit so close to home, because that's me. In my life, I have all these people who are like, oh yeah, you don't want, I mean, you should be leading this. No, I don't do the leadership thing. I do the loner thing, right? In case you couldn't tell, if you've been watching these videos, I used to be a major lurker. The only reason I joined Facebook was because I was forced to for school just a couple years back. It's definitely not my thing. And so it's so much fun to read about this character. And so that's what this video topic today is character archetypes, right? And, you know, who I self-identify with and all that kind of stuff, right? That's how I got started on this whole thing. But what's great is this Takeshi Kovacs guy is your standard, and it even explains it in the first book. It touches on it in the second book, just in case you didn't read the first one, and they're not exactly sequential. You can read them out of order, but in the first book, the subtext for what it means to be an envoy, right? You know, there's these envoys, they're super soldiers, and what are their skill sets and whatnot. Basically, the subtext for what it means to be one of them is that you didn't get along with your dad, and you have a major authority issue. And so you go around, yeah. And it's super funny. I'm sure, you know, there's a bunch of us who are the archetype, right? Etc., etc. You know, the anti-authoritarian loner who does everything on his own, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But to have a character be written and literally use lines that you yourself have used to be like, are you crazy? Do you know who I am as a human being? I would never want these things. And they're the standard things that most people want, you know, those standard camaraderie things, to be part of a team, to be part of a community, to be a leader, right? To have people look up to you. And those are never things I have aspired to. Never. Only recently, since hanging out with y'all author tubers and you Twitterversers and all you folks on Instagram who are liking my horrible art, but you guys are awesome, so thank you. All you folks, I'm having a great time interacting with. This is a great community. Don't get me wrong, I'm having a good time, but nobody would have written that in for my story as an archetype if they knew me. I mean, that's just not, yeah. And so this has been a really interesting kind of self-discovery mission for me, totally on accident, because, you know, it's not like I'm any of the characters from Neuromancer, or like, you know, I can see myself being, you know, Declan, whatever his name is from Blade Runner, like, no, or Deckard. Anyway, the Blade Runner guy. I'm not like him at all, right? Like, I'm not sad about my life. I'm not depressed. I actually have a really good time doing what I do, being a loner all on my own, making foam swords and writing books. I love it. And so that's kind of fun. That's where again, I feel a lot of connection to the Takeshi character because he sounds like a nihilist because of the way he's sort of given up on life, but he's not. He's absolutely a humanist and who understands human behavior, but at the same time doesn't expect them to not be the big sloppy middle of the bell-shaped curve, right? There's really awesome touch points in the book where they, talk about terms like common knowledge, and that common knowledge is for common people with common ideas in the middle, not the truth, not the actual hard facts of life that people are unwilling to face. No, it's the stuff in the middle of that bell-shaped curve. And I've never gotten to exist there. I was a homeschool kid, and so I've never been in the middle of the bell-shaped curve. I mean, I'm sure there are aspects in my life where I am. Obviously, they've written characters that I could self-identify with, in fiction, so I'm part of some curve. But I was never socialized properly. I don't have a lot of them social skills. My education has a lot of gaps in it. And it's awesome because this Takeshi guy is just a lot like that. What happens to somebody when they don't focus on their feelings about stuff and they focus on reality? It's an awesome book, guys. I'm actually really enjoying this series a lot. I'm super happy I ran into it. I'm having a great time reading through this Altered Carbon series. Anyway, I just wanted to fess up to the fact that apparently I'm kin with Takeshi Kovacs, and I'm ashamed, even though I'm not ashamed. So if you find yourself if you're one of these loner types out there and you like a little bit of noir in your sci-fi, check it out. This has been super fun. I'm loving the series so far. I'm into book 2. I think there's a third book. I'll eat that up super fast as well. And I'm blowing through this, and I'm really enjoying this book, you guys. This isn't exactly a book review, more it's just a self-evaluation. As I'm digging through all these books and making sure that I've got my characters really developed for my sci-fi novel right now, and having to go back because I pantsed it, and now I've got to go back and actually plot it, and so I'm having to crank up the house and throw some foundation underneath, etc., etc. And it's making me think about character development. And I really like this character. I like him a lot. He's a flippant little bastard. I love how glib he is. I love the sense of humor they've written into this guy. Check it out. Altered Carbon, whatever the next one is. I can't remember what it's called because I'm bad like that. I don't remember those sorts of things. Anyway, folks, you guys have a great day writing. You guys have, just go out there and have an awesome day. Take it easy.